This is going to be my last video on Schneider and Schneider IC. I'm of the opinion that once you've been gone from a place a year, you really don't have anything left to add to any conversation about that company, because a lot of changes can occur within a year, and they have with Schneider. The rates have gone back up since the virus has kind of smoothed out on us, and production has picked back up since people are going back to work. So I don't know anything about their current rates except for what I hear and fuel surcharges and such as that. So I really can't add anything else to it other than what I'm about to give you right now. If you're considering going to Schneider as an IC or leasing a truck through SFI and taking it to Schneider, I would ask that you do your due diligence. Get with a Schneider IC and ask him to show you the rates where you live. I live in a small rural community where I was allowed to pick up 2 loads a week from where I lived at. There were more loads than that came out of this area. There was actually 2 plants that we could pick up at, but the ICs were only allowed to pick up at 1 of them. And those loads always weighed 42,000 pounds plus. The other plant where the company drivers pulled out of, the loads never weighed more than 15,000 pounds apiece. What you're seeing on the screen right now are the number of the loads that are available where I live at, within 2 miles of my actual house. None are over 20,000 pounds. This expands out to 50 miles, and the next screen will expand out to 100 miles. There will be plenty that say that's all well and good. What does the load pay? Well, I'm fixing to give you an example of that. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the time to sit down with a Schneider IC driver and have him show you the number of loads that are actually on the board going to California. And then turn around and have him to show you the loads that are coming back east out of California. There are a lot of arguments for not running east-west, west-east. Yeah, regional freight pays more. This is true. But not everybody wants to live inside of Schneider's box. But it seems like nobody understands that, and they always tell you, well, if you want to make money over here, you've got to stay in the box. You got to develop that lane. Well, a lane is whatever you make it. As long as it's making enough for you to make your bills on, what does it matter where you run at? Yes, you can get an increased profit, but an increased headache comes with that profit. There's no doubt about it. The bottom line here is, don't just take somebody's word for it because they're this big account on YouTube working on their next recruitment bonus. I'm currently mentoring 2 drivers here at Landstar. One is about to break his first $6,000 week. The other one is just getting started, and he's into a rough spot right now, but we're going to work him out of it, and I don't charge either one of them a dime. And when someone asks for my help, I either give it to them or I don't. I don't expect a recruitment fee, and I don't expect to be paid for my services. And I see that a lot on Schneider IC drivers, a lot.